Well, hello there, my fellow rushers. How are you doing today? King Rex here, and today we're gonna be continuing on with our medieval team challenge. Yay! Last time we left off at, you guessed it, the Frozen Rapids, and now we're moving on to the Northerners' village. And this stage is an interesting one for sure. It's kind of like one of those stages where it's kind of hard in the beginning. Like when you first start, when you first play this game, this stage is a little bit troublesome, but for the most part, I would say it's one of the easier stages in comparison. Like if we include the post game, this stage is just not that hard. Also here, unfortunately, we were unable to attack the Huntresses because they can shoot us off the screen, which is kind of cheating if I do say so myself, but whatever. We still took care of them with a Soul Impact. Now that we have the Soul Echo, we can easily recharge it. Well, no, I say easily, I mean, you know, with some good RNG, we probably can recharge it. Since, you know, this game loves RNG. That's the name of the game, RNG. The Soul Impact is just disgusting power-up. Like, it could be like so good if you get the right RNG. You can recharge it like 2-3 times in a row even. But for the most part, this power-up ends up being kinda garbage, not gonna lie. You can probably beat the game without even using the Soul Impact. That would be an interesting challenge in Vengeance. Trying to beat Kingdom Rush Vengeance without using the Soul Impact. And yeah, you could also say, oh, just don't use reinforcements as well. Yeah, you probably can, but I don't know. It's a little bit too hard for me. Maybe someone who is a professional, like, I don't know, Cousinus, MMMLH, Voodoo, you know, those guys, they probably can, but not me. Since I'm not a professional player, and I want to make this clear, I'm not a pro. I may be a pro on a good day, but those are far few in between. So for the most part I would say I'm above average, let's just say that. Above average I feel like it's a fitting category for me. Since I have a good understanding of the games, but I don't have anywhere near as close of amount of skill in order to become a pro. I mean, yeah, you know, with practice everything just gets easier and easier, but I don't have as much time as some other YouTubers, and I can't just stay here and record for like 16 hours per day every day. It's not like I don't do it, but I mean, my schedule is kinda screwed, but basically what I do is just I usually get in this quote-unquote studio. Well, it's more like my bedroom, but you know, it's kind of a makeshift studio. And I just begin recording, then rendering videos, then editing, then, you know, uploads, schedule, description, thumbnail, ooh, you know, all that jazz. And it basically takes a while. It's not an easy process of making a video. Even a simple video like this takes a while. Because, you know, you have to speed it up, you have to make sure that there's no lag or so. You have to make sure that you add the outro or intro if you have one. I used to have an intro, but it was kind of cringy, so I decided to remove it completely. I mean, I don't really need an intro. You can definitely recognize me from my awful stuttering, which is something that I'm trying to fix, but unfortunately that's just not the way it is. I am kinda, you know, stuttering every now and then, but at this point you're probably used to it. I mean, come on, if you've been following this channel for a while, you're probably used to it. And anyway, let's see what's going on with the game, that's the important part. Yeah, wave 6. Kind of slow, but that's okay. Soon we're gonna get a new challenger. And there he is. We have the Leap Dragon, one of my least favorite enemies in the game. He's very annoying. I mean, sure, he doesn't have, like, outstanding stats, but he's annoying because usually there's a pretty decent group of them, between like 3 to 5 or so, and each one of them can leap, and as you can see they can leap in a pretty far some pretty far distances, and if they can just fly over your units, similar to what the Galamons or the Gualamons, I think that's their proper name, Gualamon, you know, the big chunky guys from Pandemonium and Pit of Fire in the original Kingdom Rush. Like, those guys were annoying, but at least, you know, they had they can only leap if you put units in front of them, and otherwise they're just gonna slowly but surely walk to the exit. While these guys, they just do it every like 2 seconds. It's ridiculous. I hate them. I'm not quite sure how hard they are, but they're definitely one of the more annoying units to deal with, because if you don't have barracks, these guys are just gonna run right through, or in this case, fly right through the exit, which is something that you don't want to happen. And anyway, now we have a few more Nanak Warbears. We're Gucci. This bear is just gonna walk backwards and he's gonna get obliterated. It's easy. Yeah, what are you expecting? This is Kingdom Earth Vengeance, it's not Origins. Which, by the way, if we were doing a challenge in Origins, it's usually pretty challenging. Like, most challenges that I've done in Origins were pretty difficult. Especially my Tier 3 Tower challenge, which I still have some nightmares about. I mean, yeah, sure, in comparison to like other players, this may not be too outstanding at all. But to me, that was a pretty big accomplishment. It took me 8 hours to beat the last level, and I still remember just staying up to 2 or 3 AM and just crying myself to sleep. Like after I defeated this level, it was just a very emotional moment. But sadly, the audio is kind of screwed up, because for some reason, I think what happened, actually now that I think about it, what happened was my editing software got an update, and, oh sorry, my recording software, I messed up the terms right there. My recording software got an update, and apparently with this update, every single one of my settings got wiped completely, and I didn't notice that until it was too late. And it turns out that my audio was coming out only from the left channel, which, you know, kind of sucks, and most people are probably not gonna listen to it because it's goddamn annoying. And that was back in the day when I still posted my challenge videos in 4 times the speed, so it was like 28 minutes long. Yeah, that was kind of a disappointing video, but whatever. I still keep it on the channel, so if you want to check it out, then go ahead, just turn off the audio because it's kind of bothering. And if it comes from me, then yeah, it definitely is. Oh yeah, and also we have a new enemy, but he is, or in this case, she is so boring that I just forgot to mention her, the Valkyrie. She's not that bad. She has high armor and she can revive enemies that have fallen nearby into Drodders or Droggers, whatever you want to pronounce these. And you know, it's not that bad. As long as you have some sort of physical damage, preferably artillery, you should be fine. Or maybe if you have a hero that's good against crowds, but Mortimis, he's good against crowds in the way of stalling, but not really good at, you know, killing. Like, he has only one group damage ability, which takes like an eternity to do the full damage. I think it was like 150 damage over 8 or 10 seconds. Like, yeah, that's not very effective. Like, unless you can keep the enemies in it for 10 seconds or 8, I don't remember the exact, you know, the time that it took in order to do the full damage, but whatever it was, you're probably not gonna keep the enemies in this radius for such a long period of time. That's just not gonna happen. And yeah, he doesn't really have much going for him, outside the zombies and, you know, the grim presence that you can see occasionally. Yeah, now for this wave, wave 14, where we have quite a few wyverns coming in, which are surprisingly kind of challenging, but not by all that much. As long as you have a good air support, they're not that bad. Sure, they take kind of a while to kill, but I don't know. There's something about them that just makes them hard. It's similar to what the flying enemies in Origins look like. Like, for some reason, when I play on Impossible mode, like in Origins, the Proteans, you know, the birds from the first area of the game, they always seem to find a way to sneak through. I don't know if they have increased mobility on Impossible, maybe that's the case, but whatever the case is, they're for some reason harder on Impossible. Well, I mean, yeah, that should have been expected, but they're difficult in a way that I couldn't quite figure out. Maybe I'll bet that they have increased mobility. I don't see any other explanation. Anyway, enough of that. Where are we? Oh yeah, already at the end. Wow, that was surprisingly fast, yeah. It was a little bit iffy on some waves, but for the most part it was just a chill. We just chilled out and we destroyed it. And Ingvar is not gonna be the man that he looks like. Unfortunately, he's just gonna run away. And we're gonna fight him later on. And nice. We completed the level, and now we're gonna do our last few upgrades. We're gonna upgrade... I kinda wanna get the cheaper towers eventually. So, we have to work towards it, right? Well, yes, we are. So we're gonna get this one, and I think I'll get the extra specters, because why not? Or Fear of the Damned, my bad. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I don't have anything else to say. With that out of the way, that's gonna do it for the video. Thank you everybody so much for watching, I appreciate you for sticking around to the end. Subscribe if you want to see more of this content in the future, and while you're at it, drop a like on the video, it means a lot to me. And I will see you in the next video. Until it comes, that was King Rexy, over and out.